Hello, welcome you guys to AB Math Education. Right, like the video. This video we are going to look at how we can able to solve this decimal trinomial. When we talk about trinomial, that means three terms. It's a fraction that I look a little bit, for the high school level student, it might look a little bit complicated for them. You're going to use the quadratic formula and then the completing the squares method to do that. So first of all, let's go ahead and use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula, you're not supposed to memorize it all that much, but x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4a all divided by 2a. Before we go ahead and solve this, let's convert this to fractions. It will help us if you know how to convert this to fraction. If you don't know, it's 75 divided by 100, and then you simplify. And when you simplify, you realize that it's going to be 3 on 4 x squared. And this is 2.5. 2.5 is just 5 over 2x. Then 2.0 is just 2 equals to 0. Here, since we are using the formula, we need our a and b, c. So our a is equals to, we are comparing it to the standard equation to get our a and b. I have done a lot about this, so you can check the playlist. Our a, b, c. So our a is 3 over 4, b 5 on 2. I'm going to plug it in here, but before we do that, let's plug it into the b squared minus 4a, and this is what we call the discriminant. I've been teaching for like 14 years, and anytime we put it in here, it makes the work easier for some students, for most students. So let's do that. So we have our b 5 on 2, and it's all squared, so put it in the bracket, put it in the parenthesis minus 4. The a is this, and the c is 2. At this moment, you can see that this will cancel that, and here is squared. So you're going to square the 5, you're going to get 25. You're going to square 4, you get 4. 2 times 3, which is 6. Every number is over 1. So if you want to convert it here, since here is 4, you can say multiply here by 4 and here by 4, so that you will get the same denominator here. If you do that, that will be equals to 25 minus, and here will be 24 all on 4, which give us just 1 on 4. Now let's plug everything into the formula. B, we got b to be this. So 5 divided by 2 plus or minus. Here we got 1 on 4, so we put 1 on 4 here, all divided by 2 times 3 on 4. So we get negative 5 on 2 plus or minus. You will square 1 and we get 1. You square 4 and you get 2. Then all divided by, every number is that. So you multiply the top and then down. Okay, you got 4 and 6. Okay, at this moment we have fraction over here. All of them is divided by 2, divided by 2. Your 2 and you write minus 5 plus or minus 1. And here is a fraction. 2, so undivided by 5. So now we have fraction divided by fraction. So our KCF, we keep this become multiplication and we flip this, it's going to come in place. So here, if we consider the plus, we are going to get negative 5 plus 1 divided by 2 and then times 4. So here will give us negative 4 on 2 times 4 on 6. So at this moment you can simplify. You multiply, you get negative 16 over 12. And then when we divide both sides by 4, negative 4 over 3. So that's one of the solutions. The second solution, we are going to look at the negative. So we get negative 5 minus 1 all on 2 times 4 on 6. That will give us negative 6 on 2 times 4 on 6. This cancel this 10 into 1, so this can go away here, and we get negative 4 divided by 2. That's negative 2. So our solution, the two solutions that we got, going to be negative 4, negative 3 divided by 4, and negative 2. So here we got. All right, so we are looking at the completing the squares. What we have to do, we have to take the constant to the other side. So we're going to take the constant over here. The reason why we are doing that is that the question is already not in a perfect trinomial. So we are trying to make it a perfect trinomial. So we have to move the constant to the other side, and then we make the left hand side a perfect trinomial so that we can able to solve the equation. So that's the whole process. And when you're completing the square, here have to be 1. We got 3 divided by 4 here, so we have to try to get it out way. So we will flip this and we multiply. Have to do the same thing here. So we also multiply here by 4 divided by 3, and have to do the same thing here, 4 divided by 3. If we do that, there's 10 into 1, so we got squared. Here we multiply, got 20 x divided by 6 equals to negative 8 over 3. Here it's divisible, 2 go here, 2 go here, so let's simplify today so that the work will be easier. We got 10 x, and we will take our b here. Remember, this is a b, c. And how did we get that? We are using the general formula or the standard formula to get a component. So we take our b, which happens to be 10 divided by 3, and what do? We divide it by 2. That's the process of completing the square. We divide it by 2. So when we divide it by 2, what is happening? Going to be keep change flip. It's coming in place. So 10, and then multiplication, and then 1 on 2, and that is giving us 10, 6. And then next step, as the name go by, we are completing the square. We have to square, and when we square that, we are going to get 100 divided by 36, and we are going to add this number to both sides. We will add 100 over 36 here, and we will do the same thing here. We realize that here becomes a perfect trinomial. So let me rewrite it here. Goes to x squared plus 10 divided by 3x plus this 100 over 36. Let me write it as all squared. And here, when we simplify here, find our LCM to be 36. 3 go into 36, 12, and then we multiply it by the negative 8, and that will give us negative 96, and then plus 100. Here equals to, we see that this number here, when we multiply by itself to give us 100 over 36, and when we add it by itself, we will get this. So this number is the one that is repeated. Do it this way, and here give us 4 on 36. We want to solve for x, so we will take a square root on both sides. So we take a square root here, and we repeat the same thing here. When we do that, we get x. This and this will go away, and here we're expecting 2 answers, so we put plus or minus. Square root of 4 is 2, and square root of 36 is 6. So now we want to solve for x, so we will move this one to this side here. So when it can become negative 10 divided by 6, we got plus or minus 2 over 6. So negative 10, we consider the plus, so plus 2 on 6 will be negative 8 divided by 6. We simplify, divide both sides by 2, we get negative 4, 3. Next one, we look at the negative, and then we get negative 10 minus 2, all divided by 6, and we will get negative 12 divided by 6, and that will be negative 2. So these are the two solutions, and we realize we got the same thing from when we use a quadratic formula. So you pick to choose which one that helps. I mean, this is completing square to its level. So once you got this, I believe you will be good. You're ready for any quadratic equation. Thank you for sticking with me all the way through. Please go